Everyone, it is Monday, so we are doing our directed immersion in the book of Shoftim, that's Judges. And of course, on Mondays, this is usually a focus on listen and learn. So even though I have colorized the verses to help out our visual learners, try to lean on listening only if you can, or at least do both, right? Try to do the auditory as well as the listening, yeah? Okay. And yeah, we have the key on the bottom if you are following the colors. Red is definiteness. Yellow is a pronoun or pronominal suffix. It's kind of light purple or mauve is verbal. Well, I'm not sure if I colored all the verbals this time. I might have forgotten to do that. So it'll be that or some of the white ones. Orange is a preposition. Hunter green is a conjunction. Then the cyan or glowing or the blue boxes are construct states. And the person of a verb is indicated by this bluish color. I don't know, I said cyan on the other. I meant to say aqua. This is the one that's like cyan. And then we have this kind of maroon color if I mark the sense signs, but I don't think I did. Also, I did mark there's a interrogative pronoun. That's a question mark. And I did use that color for that, so might need to update that. And gray, even though it's not in the legend, we've been doing that for a long time. Gray is for proper nouns, so names of places or people. All right? Let's pray. Avinu Malkeinu, ken yi ratzon ki lekachnu yichye tov ba'einecha. Ta'azerna oti לדבר רק כי אתה רוצה, וגם תעזרנה את כל תלמידי אדוני. תשלחנה להם זיכרונים טובים. וכל הדברים האלה אנחנו נברכך בזכות ישוע המשיח. Okay, let's get started. So this is Judges, chapter 4, verse 4. And I will scan it first, all right? ודבורה אישה נביאה, אשת לפידות, or lapidot, or lapidoth rather, lapidoth. היא שופטה את ישראל בעת ההיא. All right? U is a shurik, that's a vav, and it's an u because of the bump schwa rule, because the next name, Deborah, it starts with a dalet with a schwa under it, and you can't start a word with two schwas in a row. So the bump schwa rule. By the way, I won't be writing on the screen or anything, okay? Because today we really are trying to focus on auditory, even though I did colorize everything. So u and Deborah, or Deborah, that's her name, Deborah in English, was an isha, aleph shin hey. She was an isha, a woman, neviah, a female prophet. Navi is a prophet, Neviah is a female prophet. Eshet lapidoth. Eshet is the construct form from Isha. So Isha becomes Eshet when it's woman of. The woman of lapidoth. And it's the woman because his lapidoth is his name. And when the last word in a construct chain is a name, we can put the in front of the other words in that chain. So the Eshet, the wife of Lapidoth. And you can read it normally, Lapidot. I'm just trying to use an ancient pronunciation whenever I read a name. He, Hey Yod Aleph, which is a pronoun meaning she. Yes, it's true. In Hebrew, he means she. And who means he. And me means who. And a dog is a fish. All right. Udevora isha neviah. Now I think it's saying now Deborah, a woman, a prophetess, was Asheth or Eshet Lapidoth, the wife of Lapidoth. He was she. Okay? Remember, you got to think like Yoda sometimes. The wife of Lapidoth was she. Yes. So it's backwards. So she was the wife of Lapidoth. And now we're going to get more information about her. What about her? Shofeta et Yisrael. Shofeta, shin, pei, tet, with a hey at the end. So shafat is to judge. Shofetah, this is a feminine participle form of it. So it means something like judging, and we have a at the end, the hey at the end telling us it's feminine. What was she judging? Et Yisrael, Israel. Ba'ait ha'hi, ba'ait. There are three things here to consider. It's bait, which means in or at. That's left over from the definite article ha. Means the. Ait, time. So ait, at, the, ait, time. And now we have the adjective that will agree. He. Ha is the, and he is she, because ait is feminine. So literally, ba'ait, at the time, he, the that one, or the she. At that time is how we translate that in English. I just wanted to unpack it for you literally. So shofetah et Yisrael, or he shofetah et Yisrael. Yeah, the he probably is going with the shofetah. She shofetah. She was judging et Yisrael ba'it hahi, at that time. At the time, the she. At the time, the that one. Okay? One more time through. Remember, we're doing, if you are a visual learner and you've been watching, try to close your eyes for a bit to see, or just don't look and just listen to try to get the benefit from the auditory learning for this next time to the verse. Judges chapter 4, verse 4. Udevora, or if we read with Israeli, Udevora, Isha Neviah. So I'm going to say now Deborah, that's the now, Deborah, or Deborah, was an Isha. She was a woman, a Neviah, a prophetess. Eshet Lapidoth, the Isha of Lapidoth. He Shofetah et Yisrael. She judged Israel. Right? Hahi. At the right time. Ba'ait, at the time. The he, the she, or he, the she. So that's that time. Ba'ait he. So at that time. This is now, the he there is being used as a demonstrative adjective, right? So if you want to learn more about these, this, these, that, those, they are called the demonstrative adjectives. They're like demonstrating. One more time through, verse 4. And even if you're a visual learner, try to just listen. Udevora, or Devora. Now Deborah was an Isha, Aleph Shin Hey. Isha, a woman. A Neviah, Nun Beit Yod Aleph Hey. A Neviah, a prophetess. Eshet Lapidoth. Eshet, that's the Isha, a woman, or the woman of Lapidoth, of Lapidoth. We usually would say in context, Lapidoth's wife. He, that's Hey Yod Aleph, or he, Shofet Ta. She was Shofet Ta, judging et Yisrael. Ait, ba'ait, at the time. He, the she. So ba'ait he, at that time. How you guys doing? Everybody doing all right? By the way, a special thanks to my patrons. Those of you who provide monthly support, you make this all possible. I really appreciate it. This is an outgrowth from the ministry of Congregation Simchat Hashem in the Philippines. And I really appreciate all of you who are helping to provide financially to make these projects. You really, really help us. It's really, really appreciated. And even if you don't give, if you're able to at least pray for what we're doing here, that's also greatly appreciated. May Hashem bless all of you. All right, let's do the next verse. Verse 5. I will just scan verse 5 quickly. Yeah, it looks like I didn't colorize the verbs, but that's fine. You'll live. Verse 5. והיא יושבת תחת תומר דבורה בין הרמה ובין בית אל בהר אפרים ויעלו אליה בני ישראל למשפט. Okay, let's break it apart now. This is Judges chapter 4, verse 5. והיא, or והיא, the first V sound is a vav, and he, hey yod aleph, that's she. So now she, yoshevet, yod vav shin beit tav, from the verb yashav, yashav, to sit or to dwell. This is a feminine singular active participle. So literally what this says, it functions kind of like a verbal adjective. So vehi or vehi, now she, that's our noun. What about she? Yoshevet, a sitting one. You see? That's really what it says in Hebrew. Now she, a sitting one, but we need to make it make sense in English. So we're going to say, now she was sitting, or she would sit, tachat, tav, chet, tav. And if we read it like Ashkenazi, it's tachas, tachas, because the tav without a dagesh is an S sound in the Ashkenaz way of reading things. And by the way, Ashkenazi Hebrew is not a dialect. Sometimes people write to me and they'll refer to it like this or ask about it. It's not a dialect. Sephardi Hebrew or Sephardic Hebrew is not a dialect. Okay? These are only pronunciations. So, like in the Middle Ages, when a Jew in one country would write a Jew, say a Jew in Germany would write a Jew in the Middle East, and they write them in Hebrew, the Hebrew is the same that they both would write, okay? Generally speaking, the same. They weren't separate dialects, okay? But if you had them read the letter aloud and you listen how they read it, then it would sound differently. You see? So it's just pronunciation. I've even heard rabbis sometimes probably just we slip into it, right? Saying it's a dialect, Ashkenazi dialect or what? It's not a dialect, not a dialect, not a dialect. And the reason why I'm kind of harping on this is because it feeds some into some misunderstandings. You know, some of the whole, you know, Jews are not the real sons of Israel thing. Because look, it's different. It's German. No, it's not German. It's Hebrew. It's just Hebrew. Okay, so. Yiddish is German. If you're thinking like a Germanic Jewish language, that's Yiddish, right? It's like old German. It's like a snapshot of German from 1,000 years ago, infused with a healthy dose of Hebrew and some Polish and some Russian here and there, sprinkled on top. You know, that's Yiddish, but that is not what is spoken in Israel today. Golda Meir wanted it to be the national language of Israel because at the time that was the language of all the Jews in the world. I mean, the uber majority of the Jews in the world, right? But it's not. It's Hebrew in Israel. All right. So tachat, if you read it like Ashkenaz, tachas, which is where we get tuchas from, which most Americans have heard of tuchas, and I think also our British and Canadian friends. It's your butt, right? It's the part that's under you. It's your backside. Tachat, tomer. Tachat, tomer. Tav, mem, resh. Now, this is kind of an odd spelling. It looks like it's a date palm tree. So we would expect it spelled differently for that. So it could just be like a dialectical thing, and I didn't color it gray because we're not sure. It could be the name of a place. Now, if it's the name of a place, so if it's a date palm or the name of a specific date palm, then indeed, he yoshevet tachat tomer means she would sit or she was sitting underneath a date palm tree. But if it's a place name, then we might choose to interpret yashav instead of sitting as dwelling. She dwelled under tomer, like at a lower elevation or something. Okay? והיא yoshevet tachat tomer. I'm just going to make it like a tree. She would sit underneath a tomer, a date palm. Deborah, so Deborah, bein harama, between harama, which is a place name, Rama, uvein, and between Bethel, the house of the divine, Bethel. Behar Ephraim. Be, that's beit, that's at. Har, mountain of Ephraim. So at Mount Ephraim, or at the mountain of Ephraim. So the verb is Allah, ayin, lamed, hey, which is to go up. And the yod at the beginning and the shurik at the end, the u, means they. So ya'alu is they are going up. Va ya'alu is and they would go up, or they came up. Next word, eleha, eleha. Aleph lamed, that's el, unto, ha, unto her. Vaya'alu eleha, and they would come up to her. Here comes the subject of the verb. Who would come up to her? Bnei Yisrael. Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel. Why would they come up to her? Lam mishpat. Lam mishpat. So the lamed means for, for. The which is the leftover, it's the footprint from the definite article ham. The he is gone, the lamed took its place, but the remained. So for, the mishpat, the judgment. Like a verdict, right, to their cases. They're coming to get wisdom from her. So she stays in one place and the people would come up to her. Any comments or questions? All right, let's go through that one again. Verse 5. והיא, or והיא, yoshevet. Now she would sit or dwelled, depending on how we understand tomer, tachat tomer, underneath a date palm, or down below from the place called tomer. Who would? Deborah. Deborah. By the way, her name means bee, like the insect, bzz, like a little bee. Deborah. Her mother named her a little bee. Bein, between, harama, that's the name of the place, which means like the high place. Uvein, and between, Bethel, Bethel. Behar Ephraim, at Mount Ephraim. Vaya'alu, or vaya'alu. The hay's gone from Allah. And they would go up, or they would come up, eleha, unto her. Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel. Mishpat. La mishpat. For the mishpat. For the judgment. Okay? All right, I'm about to move on to verse 6. 6 is pretty lengthy, but I think we can get through it. I may pick up the pace a bit here, all right? That's fine for your immersion. If you don't get everything, don't be stressed, please. But maybe if you need to slow me down, you can do that, even if you're here with us in the premiere. All right? Verse 6, I'm just going to read through it, kind of scan through it one time. Maybe I'll stop at the Atnachta. We'll just scan through the half. So the first two lines. Vatishlach vatikra Levarak ben Avinoam Mikedesh Naphtali. Okay, I colorized just now the lamed in Levarak because the lamed is inseparable preposition. Okay, so we've got that there now. All right, so va tishlach. Va tishlach. So shalach is to send. Okay? And tishlach can either mean you will send, or you are sending, talking to a man, or it can mean she will send, she is sending, talking about a woman. The forms are just identical there. But then we have a vav conversive, changing it. Va tu shlach. So, and she sent. Va tu kra. And she called. Le varach. Now, kara, kof or kuf, however you like to call that letter, reish aleph is to call. But when it's followed with a lamed, it either means to name, like to name somebody, or it means to summon. Okay? So she's a prophetess. She can summon. Vatikra le. And she summoned Varak. Varak. Okay? Interesting name the guy has. His name means lightning. Le Varak. So she would summon Vatikra le. She would summon Barak or Varak because the vocal schwa makes the B become a V. Ben Avinoam, son of Avinoam. Mikedesh Naphtali, from Kedesh Naphtali. I just noticed we have a, see if I can fix that. This is from the word min, which means from, and it has joined the place name Kedesh Naphtali. Okay. Continuing on, line 3. Vatomer Eliv. And she said, Eliv, Aleph Lamed Yod Vav. El is unto Iv, unto him. She said unto him, Halo tziva Adonai, Elohei Yisrael lech. Halo. And if you're looking at it, this is auditory, you don't have to, but if you're looking at it, I kind of have like a little bit of a glowing pinkish ha there with a question mark. That's the hey interrogative. That's introducing a question, right? So that's how it's like the upside down mark for a pregunta in Espanol. So it like shows you how to do right with your intonation, right? So halo, is it not lo lamed aleph tziva tzadi vav hey commanded yod hey waw hey Adonai Elohei Yisrael. That's the Elohim. We drop the mem to say of. The Elohei, the God of Israel. Lech. Lamed is to, and the kaf at the end is you. Lech, to you. Halo tziva Adonai. Is it not that Adonai, Elohei Yisrael, the God of Israel, commanded? That's the tziva. Lech, to you. Umashachto. Behar Tavo. You know, I got curious. The little a next to lech, if you're looking, why? I was curious. Like I was translating it as if it says to you, right? That's actually what it says as a Septuagint. But here, it actually says lech, which is command form from go. So my colorizing is actually wrong there. It's just kind of when I colorize these, I just kind of go through and scan you know. So that should actually be the command lech. Now, the way I have it marked is how it is in Septuagint in the Greek. So that would be correct, commanded to you. But actually, that's actually just saying go. Let me see if I can change this. There, I kind of marked it up. It's from halach, to go. So she's saying go. If this if lech is correct, then go. It's funny that my mind just kind of went with the consonants. You would expect commanded to you there, yeah. Which it does say soi in the Greek, the dative, like commanded to you. Anyway, so Elohei Israel, the God of Israel, Tziva Adonai Elohei Israel, the God, Adonai, the God of Israel, has commanded. And now she says, now there's like a pause. Lech, go. Which is also kind of strange that the munach under Hashem's name, and then we have like a pause there. But anyway, something's happening with the Masorah there. Go, umashachto, and you shall drag up to drag along. Mashach is to like drag, like so. You shall drag. I don't know if she means that in a negative way, like move along. Behar tavo. That's the bait. Har tavo. Construct chain. The mountain of Tavo. There's actually an Israeli gun named after this mountain. It's a pretty cool gun. Vilakachto, and shall take you. Imecha, with you. Aseret alafim. Aseret means 10 of alafim, thousands, so 10,000. Ish, Aleph Yod Shin, Ish, man, mibnei Naphtali, from the sons of Naphtali, or the children of Naphtali, umi, and from Bnei Zevulun, the sons or the children of Zevulun. All right, let's read through that one more time. And this will be the last verse we do today. Verse 6. Vatushlach, vatukra le Varak. And she sent, and she summoned, that's the kara le, she summoned, she called to Varak, to lightning man, ben Avinoam, the son of Avinoam, Mik Kedesh Naphtali, from Kedesh Naphtali. Kedesh is like a holy site, right? But that's part of the name. Vatomer, and she amard, she said, alive unto him. Halo tziva Adonai, Elohei Israel, has not Adonai, the God of Israel? And like I read, soy, like in the Greek, to you, like lach, but it's actually lech, go. Umashachto, and you shall drag behar Tavor, to Mount Tavor. Velakachto, and shall take you rim, with mecha, you, rim mecha, with you. Aseret, 10 of alafim, thousands. Ish, man. Mib, bnei Naphtali. Mib, from bnei Naphtali, the children of Naphtali. Mib, bnei Zevulun. Umib bnei Zevulun, and from the children of Zevulun. All right, let's just go through all 3 verses one more time. I will not translate. Just do your best to understand. Okay? And you guys will do fine. Verse 4. This is Judges chapter 4, verse 4. Udevora isha neviah eshet lapidoth. He shofeta, or he shofeto et Yisrael ba'ait ההיא. Verse 5. והיא יושבת תחת תומר, דבורה, בין הרמה ובין בית אל, בהר אפרים, ויעלו, or ויעלו, from the verb עלה, עין למד ה', אליה, בני ישראל, lam mishpat. I'm going to read 5 one more time at more of a normal speed. Vehi yoshevet tachat tomer, Deborah, or Devorah, bein harama uvein Beit El, behar Ephraim, ויעלו אליה בני ישראל למשפט. Okay, verse 6. ותשלח ותקרא לברק. Okay, ותשלח ותקרא לברק בן אבינועם מקדש נפתלי ותאמר אליו הלא ציווה אדוני אלוהי ישראל לך ומשכתו בהר תבור ולקחתו עמך 10,000 איש מבני נפתלי ומבני זבולun. Okay, I hope you guys found this useful. If you missed the premiere and you had any questions or comments, leave me a note down below in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for our study in the book of Exodus. Be well, be blessed, and keep learning Hebrew. Shalom, shalom.